Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Duplicate Success International team call. Today is Monday, November 16th. My name is Viola Krebs, Executive Goal Director from Salt Lake City, Utah. We are so fortunate to have a gentleman leading today's call who is a well-respected leader in our industry. You will definitely want to have your pen and paper out, taking notes and learning from this 1-hour call. He has achieved the position of Executive Ruby Director. He is the co-founder of Duplicate Success International, a powerful and respected leader, mentor, and most importantly, I'm very proud to call him my son. Jared Krebs, are you there?
I am, Mom. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. I really appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the webinar. I'm really excited tonight because we have lots of things to recognize. We've had so many people start on our team as clients and associates in the last little bit, and we're going to recognize each and every one of them right now. And before we get into the recognition portion of the webinar, I want to go and remind you of our team DMO. This is daily method of operation. Basically, there's 4 things to do, and if you do these 4 things every day, you're going to be successful in your USANA business. Number 1, use the products every day, AM and PM. Be a product of the product. Number 2, read, watch, or listen to 15 minutes of personal development material daily. And that's really important that you're constantly working on your skills. We're going to hear from some of our top team members tonight about personal development and what it's doing for them in their life. And I just can't tell you how important that is to do those 15 minutes every day or more. Our best people do an hour if you can. And number 3 is invite 2 brand new people, add them to your contact list, and give them a phone call or a text and invite them to watch the 10-minute video. So anybody can do that. Obviously, two a day brings freedom your way. And an example script is here below. It says, "My company just came out with a 10-minute YouTube video. We need to practice on some friends. Would you be willing to watch it and let me call you afterwards and ask you a few questions?" And I did that today with one of my prospects, one of my friends, and she said, "Yes, I'll watch the 10-minute video." And the thing is, after she watched it, she sent me a message back saying she's not interested. But that didn't hurt my feelings. It was actually cool. I felt happy that I took action and I gave her a chance. And obviously that happens. That's part of what we do, but you're going to get some yeses within those no's, and it's just all about getting the information out there. So I wanted to share that story with you today because that was part of my DMO, and I have one more person to invite today after this webinar so I can get my 2 in for the day. Number 4 is get in state. Read your goals and visualize your dreams twice daily with emotion. Tony Robbins talks a lot about this. When you're in the right state of mind, your calls will go better. You'll have more energy. If you can, stand. When you're making your calls, be standing because that gives you more energy, more posture. If you can't be standing, obviously it's okay, but it's just all about getting yourself in that state so where you have that energy on the phone, and that really makes a huge difference in your calls. So if you do those 4 things, you're going to be successful, that's for sure. And we have people that are doing that. So I want to go into the recognition, and we always like to start our webinar by recognizing the new clients that just started with our Team DSI family. And so the first one is Melissa Hartman, new client introduced by Shay Huggins. So congratulations, Shay. You've had an amazing week this last week. Melissa Hartman enrolled on Friday, and she's in real estate. Also, congratulations to Papa Joe Wheatley, new client introduced by Shay Huggins. Awesome job, Shay, tearing it up. Also, welcome Laura Avina, new client introduced by Shay Huggins. Another one. Shay, you're on fire. You're doing amazing. Also, welcome Quar and Crystal Willis, new clients introduced by Shay Huggins. Well, there's some more there. There's a family. And I know that Quar is Shay's children's soccer coach, and he got his both sons on the USANimals in the Biomega Junior. So way to go, Shay. Changing lives. Also welcome Sofia Esteves, new client introduced by Julian Guerrero. Welcome, Sofia. Nice to have you on the webinar. Also welcome Liz Palmer, new client introduced by myself and Crystal. Liz actually came as a referral from Brett Grigsby, who is another faithful, happy client in the USANA family. Also welcome Virginia Grisseth, new client introduced by Terry Hines. Way to go, Terry Hines. We're proud of you. Keep up the great work. Also welcome back Faith B, new client introduced by Karen Stewart. Way to go, Karen Stewart. Also welcome Sandra Smullen, new client introduced by Arlene Ramirez. Welcome, Sandra. Awesome job. Okay, so that was our brand new clients that just started with our USANA family. We just enrolled a brand new associate literally 10 minutes ago, and her name is Haley Gordon, and we'll have a picture of her next week. But welcome, Haley. She was also sponsored by Shay Huggins, and Haley's an awesome person. She actually sent me a thank you card, which I was all impressed. So I see Haley just came on. Hi, Haley. All right, so let's go into our special recognition. Now, I want to take a moment and recognize Shay if she's on this webinar, because she's just doing an amazing job this last week. I think she's made 4 checks out of the last 6 weeks with her USANA business. She's helped, I think, 7 or 8 clients now, and all of them are having great results and loving their products. I don't see Shay on the line here, but I just want to say that she's doing an amazing job. We're very proud of you, Shay. When you come on, maybe we'll ask you some more questions. I think she was getting on right now. She might have some technical difficulties. I also want to take a moment and recognize Amy Gonzalez, who is on the line. And Amy is a school teacher, and she works with special needs children in Lockhart, Texas, which is kind of, I guess, east of Austin, but right around in the Austin, Texas area. She's a single mother to a beautiful daughter named Brianna. She recently advanced her business to the builder status, which is making a $200 check in 1 week with her USANA business. And a solid builder associate makes $800 a month. So that means your products are paid for and you're making extra money. And that is where Amy Gonzalez is headed. It's a big accomplishment to do it on her first week. So I want to unmute Amy. You have to unmute yourself as well. There we go. So Amy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Welcome to the webinar.
Thank you.
Could you tell the team a little bit about yourself and what attracted you to USANA? And how are you fitting USANA into your busy life? Because you work a full-time job, you have a part-time job, you're a Zumba instructor, you're a mother. How do you even find time to share USANA with others?
Just trying to take advantage of the opportunities that come about, making time happen. Also, when I'm at my other jobs, talking to people, forming them, and inviting them to look at the video. So, and I get to do that a lot part-time job.
What was that?
I do that quite a bit on my part-time job, which is a big help with customers that come in pretty regularly. Just, try to form them and invite them to see the product and see what you saw about, inviting to see the 10-minute video.
Okay, so you're saying that you kind of invite people to look at the USANA video or like almost like multitasking, like while you're at your jobs and you're around people, it just comes naturally in conversation?
Right.
Oh, that's exciting. And what's your biggest success story among the clients that you've helped?
Among the clients that I've helped, well, of course, my mom is one of my biggest clients. But she's actually the reason why I decided to become an associate with USANA. She has had a tremendous gain in her overall health. Cholesterol came down 24 points. She had arthritis in her knees that was pretty severe to where she used a walker. She hasn't had to use that walker in many years already. Just doing really fantastic with that. Has lost a good amount of weight and is continuing to lose weight with USANA. Her blood pressure, all the health issues she's had over the past, she's getting back in control of that.
Wow.
It's been really awesome. It's very exciting. Very exciting.
So, I mean, well, right there, it's just worth it in and of itself, let alone that you're making an income and starting to get your products paid for. It's like win-win.
Right. So of course, I had to start, and then I convinced my daughter to get on the products, and we're rocking and rolling.
Oh, good. Well, that's awesome story, Amy. I'm really proud of you. I can tell you that since I've been watching you, and since you've attended the last big national event that we had, or actually it was the international event, that your whole business has changed. All your activities, you're just so focused. You're doing such an amazing job sharing this with others as you go. Could you share a tip for those busy moms out there that have kids and, even young kids? They're just kind of overwhelmed with life. Like, what advice do you have for somebody who's just so busy, but yet still wants to share USANA with others?
Just trying to find the time, even if it's just a little bit here and there, and sticking with that, and also doing the weekly action plan definitely helps out a lot because it makes it visual. Therefore, when the time does come available, you know what to do.
Okay, got it.
Things ready. You know what your goals are.
Uh-huh.
You have a plan of action basically, so you can execute it when the time is open. And of course, writing it down, what hours you're going to work, it definitely helps to keep the focus,
Mm-hmm.
make you stick with that time.
Awesome. So Amy, I love what you're saying about the weekly action plan, and there are some new people on the webinar who don't know what that is. So in a nutshell, could you just tell our new people on the webinar what the weekly action plan is and how it's helping? I mean, obviously we know it's helping you, but just what it is.
The weekly action plan, it goes over what your action plan is going to be for the week. You basically look at where you're at with your points, where you need to put new people, what days do you have available, what hours you have available to work your business. And then it also has a section where you get to write down your goals. And of course, writing down those goals just makes you really work for it that much more.
Yes, absolutely.
And it gives you just a clearer plan of how to run your business and what you need to do.
And how long does it take for you to fill out your weekly action plan form?
Usually about 10 to 15 minutes at the most.
Okay. And what day do you do it?
I do mine on Sunday.
Okay, so on Sunday, what Sunday during the day, Sunday night, when do you do it?
Sunday evening.
So Sunday evening at the end of the day, you take 15 minutes and you write out your weekly action plan. And I know that we do a little kind of 15-minute call, and then you basically just go after the week and you kind of have a little plan, and that's what's working for you.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome.
Because then, when the time comes, I'm like, okay, who did I say I needed to call this week? And it's right there. It's written down.
So writing it down is helping you. Okay.
Yes.
And hey, 15 minutes a week, it's worth it to get your products paid for, to have that focus, right?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Awesome. Well, Amy, thank you for being on the webinar. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for inspiring all the busy people out there who are moms and even that are dads that are raising kids, that are, providing for their family and still taking care of their health. It's awesome to see what you're doing.
Thank you. Now I have one more story to share with y'all.
Okay.
If you know.
Yes.
My daughter Brianna, of course, she's always been super, super busy. Plays every sport offered in school, does cheerleading, straight A student. Well, last year she played volleyball and basketball, and she made the B team. She did cheer. She had an injury during cheer that took about 3 to 4 weeks plus physical therapy to recover. After convention, I came back and shared a lot of what I learned, and she was really inspired that her favorite soccer player takes USANA. So she decided to start taking her vitamins, to tough it out and swallow the vitamin. And since she's been taking her USANA vitamins, she has seen an improvement in her overall health and skills. We only had one minor injury that took 2 days to heal. She made A-team volleyball this year and A-team basketball today. So she's really super excited about that.
Oh my
God. Just seeing an overall she has more endurance, which of course is helping her to focus. She has much better focus, and it's really helping her with her sports.
That is so exciting.
excited. She's even so excited. She's like, Mom, I'm going to tell my coach today. It's all about that USANA.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Think about the difference you're making to her whole future. You know, I mean, at that age, the age of what, 12 you said? 12 years old?
13.
13 now? 13
Mm-hmm.
years old, that's when all her bones are being formed for her whole life. And she's getting all the calcium, she's getting all the supplements, she's getting all that stuff so that over time she's just going to have such a great foundation. So you are just doing an amazing job. Big kudos to you for being such a great mom.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Amy. We'll talk to you soon. We're waiting for that next advancement. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's go to our last recognition before the training, and this is to Khalid and Barbara Medina, who recently attended Creating a Dynasty, which is a 3-day intensive training seminar. They invested, I think, close to $1,000 to go to this seminar. That's how serious they are about taking their business to the next level. And I can tell you, because I've gone to this seminar, that it totally radically changed my life. I would not be married today if it wasn't for this seminar, Creating a Dynasty. I wouldn't have be credit card debt free if it wasn't for this event. There's some things that I've learned at this event that totally changed the whole future of me and my wife's life. And I'm so excited that Khalid and Barbara invested to go to this. And so I wanted to bring them on to have them share a few things that they learned from that Creating a Dynasty event. And are you there, or you have to unmute yourself, Khalid and Barbara? All right, welcome to the webinar.
Hi.
Hey, Jared.
Hey, so could you tell the team, yes, of course, we're very proud of you, and not everybody knows you on this webinar, so could you tell the team a little bit about yourselves, and then also what Creating a Dynasty did for you in your personal life, maybe your business life? I know you just came out of the event yesterday, but give us some background of the event and your story, please.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. My name is Barbara Medina, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas. Prior to plugging into Danny Johnson, my walk with God was, off the tracks. Like, my self-esteem was below dirt, and my people skills were, like, non-existent. So I went to First Steps, and my confidence shot to the stars, and God gave me a vision for my life, and now I can actually listen to people. So it's really changed. It's changed my life for the better. So yeah, that's kind of where I was, and I guess I have some things that I wanted to share.
Okay.
Which was our first day that she talked a lot about looking into yourself and seeing where your issues were, because a lot of the issues that we have in ourselves that stops us from doing our businesses, or stops us from whatever goals that we have in life, it stops us because of the fear that we have from the emotions that we have. So she goes real deep into the core and helps you bring it out, look at it, and then fix it. And she gives you a whole she gives you 7 steps to do it every time you feel like you're scared, or you're stopping, have a cap on your business. Why are you stopping? What's the meaning behind everything? So that was really, really cool. I love that. And she, on the second day, she talked about promotion, which is good for business, how to help promote your business, and she gave you 7 steps, and then she had this, oh my god, it was so funny, this potty, what is it?
Squatty potty.
Squatty potty. So she had this squatty potty commercial that came on, and it went through exactly the steps, and she shows how nothing can be sold, you know what I mean? So even if your product isn't the best product, which ours is the best product, how you easily you could sell it. So it was just really good. it just helped a lot on business and a lot of personal issues I got through, and it
Wow.
was amazing. Yeah.
I love it. I love what you had to say about your self-esteem and how it's been improved, and your listening skills has been improved, and your walk with God. I mean, priceless stuff. And it's just funny how the business stuff follows when all that stuff's in alignment.
Exactly. And you can see it like after she explains it, you're like all the pieces come together very clearly, and you can just see it like you understand, and it helps you, it motivates you, and it helps you, get started and really push through. It's great personal development. She's awesome. That's all I can say.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you,
Go
Barbara.
ahead.
And
Uh-huh.
Khalid, what about you? What did it do for you? What did this event do?
I mean, just plugging into her event system. I mean, like before I went to Danny. I mean, well, my name's Khalid Medina. Sorry, I was supposed to introduce myself. I'm from San Antonio, and I mean, I've been with USANA. I guess it's gonna be like 3.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's been a rocky, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
journey for me. I mean, quite honestly. And I can be honest, like before, because we went to Dynasty, but she has another event called First Steps back in August that we went to, and probably like a month before that, I was just like I quit. I was like, I don't want to do USANA. I just like it's not for me. I've been at it off and on, my own fault. But like I was just like, I'm kind of done, and I quit, and which was crazy, but I quit, and I don't know, for some reason I got an email and I saw the First Steps to Success, and I went, and it like changed everything for me, because I had like I went there, and it was like this blindfold was taken off of me. Like all of a sudden, like I had vision for my life, because I had lost all my vision from my failures. And I think we can all relate to that, because I lost my vision completely, like for everything. I didn't know where I was going, so it was just like a blindfold was taken off of me, and I got all this drive and all this like passion just for my dreams again, because I had lost them. So, and then I believed in myself again. So that was like life changing. Like I really don't know where I would have been. Like I know I wouldn't be on this webinar right now if I wouldn't have gone to that event. Like it changed
Yeah.
everything for me. And then just like one of the big things from like creating a dynasty specifically was about like sowing and reaping. And like your words are they're seeds, so everything you say, like I never knew like how much an effect is gonna have on you. So like according to like business, like I saw that, in the past, like when I would build USANA, that some of my friends were not interested, or they wouldn't see it, or some customers would buy it once and they'd be like, oh, I can't afford it, and then I'll speak death into them. Like I'll be like, oh, they're so cheap, they don't see it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking about. There's like the best, but I don't know what. So I was like speaking death into my clients and people, and into other people, into prospects, associates that I had sponsored. I stopped believing in them, and that was wrong. So because I was speaking death, like I started reaping that into my own business, and that's why I hadn't had to like true success that I wanted in these past several years. And I mean, that was huge for me. So now like I'm speaking it, and like we started working again, and we're starting to get clients, and I see like the difference in the work that we're doing. And just like the big thing about like you need to invest in yourself, like going to the event, like if you want to make 6 figures, like you're gonna have to invest 6 figures, and I kind of added it up, like as far as like our time and taking time off of work, like going to those 2 events, it really cost us really like about $3,000.
Sure.
So yeah, so like I see it, like you gotta invest, because it's easy to like come into this business. It really doesn't cost much, but once you start investing into it, it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
And that was like the biggest thing for me, that I was like, you know what, if I really want to make this happen, like I have to invest into myself and if I don't do that, I'm not going to make it, because it's going to be easy to quit. But if you start throwing in money, you know,
Sure.
if you say you're committed, then you got to put your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, that's been huge for me, and it's been worth, like, the more that I invest, like, it's just been paying off tremendously.
I wanted to also add, when he was talking about how your what you reap and sow, and she was talking about how um like everything you say are like little seeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your soil is like your mind, and so you have the seed, and it's like a seed of an apple or whatever, and it grows into a tree, and then all your apples, whether they're good apples or bad apples, are like your actions and like the work you put in. So something that I got like really just from the one thing she said was that for a seed to grow, um, it needs to be put under heat and pressure in the soil. So that's the only way that we're gonna grow, and that's how, like, I would quit too. A lot I would just give up because it was getting too hard for me to do like the business and everything. So I would give up, but really and truly, that's when you start growing. And then she said once you sprout from the ground, that's when you need to start protecting yourself, which means you need to start like it's going to be hard, but you have to always like say positive things, which are the affirmations that you make us say. So always make sure that you're doing your affirmations, because when you sprout out of the ground after that pressure, you have to protect yourself from like negative things, because if not, then your plant, your little sprout's going to die, or it's going to grow whether or not you protect it. So I think that was something like super huge and mind-blowing to me. So
Wow. This is great. I love it. I love what you have to say about the seed, and how the seed, if it's going to grow, it needs to have some pressure, and also needs to have water, and it needs to be taken care of. And all, it's so true. That's kind of what we are in this type of business, is a seed, and every person, every client is, and you got to take care of that garden. And
yeah, and sorry, I'm sorry. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, and then like how you're saying like every seed is a garden, yes, and people don't know, like, well, I didn't know, not people, but I just didn't know. I just assume everybody thinks how I think. But she said that, and she was like, well, what's in the seed? And I was like, an apple, a fruit or whatever. She's like, no, it's an orchard. So it's like tons of them. You know what I mean? So you you duplicate yourself. So it's crazy. It was just mind blowing.
That's awesome. It is so true. You do duplicate. What you do duplicates. Well, big congratulations to you, Barbara and Khalid. Thank you for leading by example, for investing in yourselves by attending a big event. And I'm excited for y'all's future. I'm excited to be part of it. I'm honored to be working with y'all, and I can't wait for our next coaching, and to go out and help some more, change some more lives this week with you.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Thanks again, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you, Jared.
So if you're wanting more information about the Danny Johnson events and seminars, you can go to DannyJohnson.com. That's DANI Johnson.com. And that's a female, by the way. Danny Johnson is a woman. And she has a track record of helping people get to six figures and beyond in their home business. And I am one of the people that have been able to do that with my USANA business. And I owe a lot of it to Danny Johnson. I owe a lot of it to attending training events. And there's also some training events coming up in Las Vegas in April that I'm going to be talking about, as well as a women's training event in Arizona in January. So we're going to keep you focused on that, but I can't tell you enough how important these events are. And thanks again to Barbara and Khalid for leading by example. And we're very proud of you for attending this event. Okay, so before we get into our short training tonight, we're going to talk about the clients page. This is the USANA clients page. This is a private group. When you enroll a new client, you want to add them here, and then you want to make a post there with their photo and introduce them, make them feel special and important, and you will build a solid client base. This is an area where your client can feel welcome, make friends, everybody's going to like the post, everyone's going to comment and welcome your client. And so it's real important that you do that every client that you enroll to create this community that we have. I think we've doubled. I think we're almost close to 400 members now on our this is our team page. This is Team DSI. Also, this is the associate page, Team DSI Duplicate Success International. This is a associate private page. So if you have a brand new associate, add them here, make a post there, and make your new associate feel special. Get them into the system and get them now learning about how money is made with USANA. You're also welcome to add a client who is interested in how money is made. You can actually add your client there and say, hey, do you want to have an inside peek at how the business side works? And they would now have that access. So that is the business page that we have. And then lastly, there's hybrid solutions. Now, hybrid solutions, if you look there, is over 6,000 people. So this is the USANA family at large. It is a private group. It is associates only. The cool thing about this page is that you have access to associates in all 20 different countries. So many stories. You can make a post as well to welcome your new associate, but this is associates only. And when you need a story, you can go and search this group. Like if you want an allergy story, you can put there, type in allergies. You'll get a story on allergies. Again, USANA is not a cure, but there are clients who had allergies that took these products. You want to know their story? Do a search on allergies. You want to know a story on diabetes? Do a search on diabetes or whatever. Again, USANA is not a cure, but when the immune system gets strong, it's pretty amazing. So you can get all those stories there. Okay, so we're going to take a 5-second pause, and then I'm going to go into the short training for tonight. This is part 3 of our client training series. For many of you have seen this before, but it's been revamped, and this is going to be a short training video we can use with all of our associates. Hello and welcome to the USANA family. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm pictured here with my wife Crystal, and we are executive Ruby directors. We've been with USANA for over 10 years. We love what USANA has done for our health, what's done for our marriage, for our finances. It's just a wonderful company, and today's short training is going to be about how to service your clients, how to give them the best service you can. Now, there's a saying, and here it is. Happy clients are the best advertising money cannot buy. In other words, when your clients are happy, they're going to talk. And when they talk, they're going to share with their friends, and you start to have a lot of word of mouth. And before you know it, you have lots of referrals. It all depends on having happy clients. So we have a very simple system to do that. And I'm going to share that with you, and I would like you to save these links. If you're watching this on your phone, you could screenshot these links or write them down. But the first one is client tracking sheet, cts.teamdsi.info. And you might need to put the http:// in there. But that link is going to take you to a tracking sheet that I'm going to give you an example tonight. The other thing that you need is the account overview checklist, and that's aoc.teamdsi.info. So these two sheets are I want to say the magic sheets, but it's a lot of work. You have to follow up with your clients, give them a lot of attention. But I can tell you that leads to retention. And so let's go over this, and I'm going to give you a real simple example. Okay, when you go to the client tracking sheet, you're going to see this sheet that pops up, all right? And when you go to the account overview sheet, you're going to see this one. Now, don't get overwhelmed by all this. It's really quite simple. It's all just a step-by-step process, and I'm going to show you how it works with an example. Here is Rosie Alvarez. She is a client, actually was sponsored by Carmen Gutierrez, and Rosie started on a My Health Pack. And that is a pack of the USANA products that's customized just for Rosie. So she has her own Rosie pack. And we're now following up with Rosie, and we're going to make sure Rosie gets the best service possible. So how do we do that? So the very second that I enrolled Rosie into the system, when I had Rosie's payment information, and I went and created her client account and made her order for her, I pulled out my client tracking sheet. I wrote Rosie Alvarez right there where it says the name, and I wrote Rosie's new ID, which is right there. Next, I went and I wrote, where is Rosie in my business? And that would be 2 left, Business Center 2 left. So you need to know that placement, so you put that. Rosie enrolled on October 29th, and she purchased 100 volume points of product. and she did that on cycle 4. Now, USANA runs on a 4-week rolling cycle, meaning Rosie's going to run out of her vitamins in 4 weeks. So when cycle 4 comes out around again, hopefully she will need her order again because she's been taking her products twice a day. So that's my job, is to work with her on that. And there's also a discount that Rosie's going to receive, and that discount is $6.42. Now, do you see it says IOR? That stands for Initial Order Reward, and there's a simple way to find that out, and it's actually in your USANA hub under My Business. There's a thing called Initial Order Reward Report, which will show you all the clients you enrolled and what their discount is. And that, where did that $6.42 come from? That's actually 5% of what she ordered on her initial order, which is her first order. So long story short, Rosie's going to get a $6.42 discount on her next order if she does it by Friday number 4, which it goes to the next point, which is the 4th Friday from her enrollment. So that's this Friday, actually, the 20th of November, because today is the 16th. So I basically have this calendar week to meet with Rosie and explain to her, hey, Rosie, you're going to get a $6.42 discount on your next order if you set it up by the 20th. Now, you don't have to buy a health pack. You could buy a bag of shakes. You could buy whatever you want. But that $6.42, that's like free shipping. So I want to meet with Rosie. I want to show her her discount before this Friday. That's my goal. And I know that with every client. I know when the 4th Friday is. And then if we set it up, her auto order would have to process on the Sunday, November 22nd. So I have that all clear, like from the very beginning of a new client. Now, the next step is the things to take care of your client, like sending them a welcome email. So there's a template. You see that? It says clientwelcome.teamdsi.info. You can type that in your address bar online, and you'll have a template of exactly what to copy paste into her into an email to Rosie. It has her ID number, her password, and all that information. So I sent that immediately that night. I sent Rosie a welcome email. Also, I added Rosie to the USANA Clients Facebook group the next day. Carmen made the post. She created a beautiful picture, and we made a post, and we recognized Rosie. We made Rosie feel like part of our community. And guess what? Rosie's always liking everything now. In the last 2 weeks, I've seen Rosie comment on things, and it's great because Rosie feels like she's part of something bigger than just her and us. She's seeing lots of people take USANA. It helps build their belief. Also, we sent Rosie a thank you card, and actually I put that in the mail on Saturday. That was Halloween. I put it in the mail before I went out to go trick-or-treating. And also, I gave her a CD called The Power of Cellular Nutrition, which is by Dr. Ladd McNamara. We gave that to her the day she signed up. That's the best thing you can do, is give that audio to your client the very day that they signed up. So we either do that on the day of the mixer, or we would mail that to them if we enrolled them over the phone. Also, I looked up when her products are going to arrive. So I knew that her product was going to arrive on November 6th. So I was able to call her and text her and say, hey, Rosie, your product's going to arrive on Saturday the 6th, or was that a Friday? Your product's going to arrive, and let me know when you receive it. Okay, so that's step 2. Now, step 3 is the critical step. This is the step that determines whether or not they're going to be a long-term client or a one-time person that just falls off. It's all here. Did I call Rosie and explain the dosages? Absolutely, you bet I did. I didn't just let Rosie figure it out, or sometimes your clients don't even open the box. It sits on their porch. You know why? Because they're distracted. Your clients have lives and they're busy. So your job is to be their friend and help distract them from their distractions. Okay, and you want to memorize that. You need to distract your clients from their distractions, okay, and associates. And that basically just means be your friend and follow up with them. Okay, now the 20-minute account overview. That's the other crucial step. Now I need to show Rosie how to get this discount. So basically, I'm going to call Rosie probably tomorrow, and I'm going to say, Rosie, we need to meet so I can show you how to get this discount before Friday. So my goal is today or tomorrow to call and set that up. All right, so that's for the 16th, which actually is today, if you're watching this right now in real time. Okay, so now on step 4, when I meet with Rosie this week, I'm going to go over the account overview checklist. And when I've done that, then I can put the date that it happened. So hopefully it happens and I can put the date of whatever date that was. And did I also show Rosie how to, how do we say, subscribe to our text message system? Yes, now Rosie's in our text message. See, you're building a database. Think if you did this with clients year after year after year and you built this huge database of clients, your business is going to be solid. You're going to be changing people's lives. They're going to be talking. And before you know it, you're going to have so many clients you can't even keep up with them. Hopefully you train your team well so they all can keep up with their own clients. And that's the goal. The favorite things form. Definitely I have Rosie fill that out because I want to know Rosie's favorite things, and I'll show you that in a second. And then I'm going to invite Rosie to an additional mixer, and guess what? We've already done that. We have a skincare mixer scheduled this Wednesday, and Rosie's invited, and she's on the guest list. So that's step 4, and this is really where guys, this is work. This is not just one time you sign them up and hope for the best. Like it really does. It takes some focus, but it pays off because then they stay your client for life and they get results. Step number 5 at the end of this tracking sheet is another discount. So Rosie will get the $6.42 discount again on Friday number 8. And this is just part of the rules. If this is all confusing, that's okay. Just ask your mentor who you're working with to explain this stuff to you. But basically, it's the second initial order reward discount, and it expires on Friday number 8. And if she does those orders, that's basically 3 orders. If she's ordered 3 times, she gets a gift, and she'll get a gift from her favorite things list. Okay, so again, it's a lot of work, but I tell you what. It is so important because why spend all your time helping a client and just to have them drop out the next month? It's not worth it. I'd rather have a few clients that really stay, get amazing results, and then build slow and solid. Sometimes you got to go slow to go fast. Okay, so that's how we take care of our clients. Now, let's talk about the account overview. So if I'm going to meet Rosie this week, I'm going to have that sheet with me, and I'm going to schedule 20 minutes, okay? And I'm going to say, Rosie, can you get in front of your computer? I'm going to walk you through these things right now. Or even better, if I can, I'll meet Rosie face-to-face and walk her through these things. But at the end of the day, Rosie, go ahead and save this phone number to your phone, 801-954-7200. So if I'm face-to-face with her, I'm watching her, save it into her phone so she has USANA's phone number. Okay, if obviously it's over the phone, then hopefully she said she did what she said she was going to do. So then I check the box. Next, Rosie, save your customer login ID and password in your phone. It is XYZ and your password is XYZ. Okay, I check the box. All right, next, Rosie, I'm going to show you a place to get 10% off your future orders forever. I check the box. Rosie, you also have an initial order reward discount of $6.42 that was generated when you made your first order. These discounts expire and only happen twice. Okay, I said it. I checked the box. Next, Rosie, your first IOR expires after Sunday, November 22nd, and must be arranged by this Friday the 20th. Okay? And Rosie, you also have a second one that expires 4 weeks after that, which would be December 18th. So I'll be in touch with you about that, Rosie. But I'm going to show you how to get the discounts now. Okay? Now, if your client already has an auto order created, skip step 1A and go straight to step 2. So sometimes when you enroll a client, you set their auto order up at that very moment. Other times, people don't want an auto order, so you would need to do step 1A. So let's pretend that she does not have an auto order. Let's go to step 1A. Okay, so at step 1A, it's set up payment information. So Rosie, let's go ahead and log in. Now here's the thing. I'm going to have Rosie do all the clicking. If she's using her phone, then great. I'll have her log in on her phone with her ID and password. Or if she's on a computer, that's even better. But I want Rosie to do all the navigating and driving of the computer because that's what she's going to do when I'm not around. Your goal is to create a client base that can do this all themselves. So log in at usana.com with their ID and password. Okay, she logs in. Great. Rosie, let's set up your payment info. Next, Rosie, click on Shop and Orders and then My Auto Order. So I'm watching her. She's clicking on these things, or I'm just telling her over the phone. All right, Rosie, now click where it says click here to manage auto order payments. So she does. Okay, Rosie, click Enable. This will enable your credit card on file, or you can click Add Card to enable a different card. Okay, she did that. Okay, Rosie, click Done at the bottom. She clicks Done. Now click Create New Auto Order. She does. Okay, now click Create New Auto Order a second time. So now she's done those things. Now we skip down to where the arrow says click add more products at the bottom of page. Okay, so now we've set up Rosie's payment info. Now we're going to show her how to save the 10% plus get her initial order reward. All right, so if Rosie has an auto order already set up, then we would have started right here at step 2. Okay, Rosie, log in with your ID and password. Click shop in orders, then my auto order. All right, Rosie, click change auto order. Okay, Rosie, now click add more products at the bottom of the page. Now, next, Rosie, click nutritionals on the left. Okay, now Rosie, click look around and add the products that you want. So she looks around, she wants shakes, she wants Booster C600, she wants essentials, she wants some berry nutty protein snacks. Okay, now Rosie, click finished adding products at the top. So she does. Okay, Rosie, make sure your processing date is correct so you receive your initial order reward, which, okay, we look through, it's processing November 22nd. Yep, okay, it's correct. All right, Rosie, make sure your address is correct. Does that look right? Okay, Rosie, now choose the cheapest shipping method. Does that look right? Okay, Rosie, click Save Changes. So she clicks Save Changes. Now I'm going to point out, Rosie, your auto order discount, which is 10% off, is displayed on the bottom right, just above the total price. Okay, you see it, Rosie? I pointed at it. Next, Rosie, your initial order reward discount is on the left side of the page and will be subtracted later from the total price at the time your card is charged. Do you see it? She says yes. Okay, now, Rosie, you will get your initial order reward on your first 2 auto orders. This is in addition to the 10% off. So you're actually getting 2 discounts here. On this particular order, you're going to save 10% plus that $6. So this order, for example, would be maybe a $20 savings. Hey, $20, that's like a free, I don't know, free bag of shakes almost, or a free product. So you taught your client how to save money, and that creates loyalty. You spent the time. You didn't just leave them, to their devices. You actually showed them how the system works. Very important. Step number 3, Rosie, I'm going to show you how to do one-time orders. In case you don't want to wait 4 weeks for your auto order, you can do a one-time order anytime. You click done. Now click the My USANA logo. Okay, she does. Now, Rosie, this is going to take you back to the home page. Next, Rosie, click shop and orders, then click shop all products. Now I'm going to say this to you, Rosie. You can use the shop all products area for quick one-time orders, but you will not get the 10% discount here. This is used for quickie orders. If you cannot wait for your auto order cycle to come around, you just add the products to your cart, check out. If you ever need one-time orders, you can go back to the you can do this and you can come here. Okay, now let's go back to the home page. Click the USANA logo on the top left. Click USANA Today on the top right. Now you're back at your home page. Now scroll down, click Ask the Scientist button in the middle. Click View More. This is a great resource. So now Ask the Scientist is a place you can get all the product information you want. So you tell them about Ask the Scientist. Now we just have a few things to wrap up. Rosie, the best way you can stay in the loop is to text at USANAPC to 81010. You will receive the products. You will receive texts when there are special doctor and product webinars. Pull out your phone right now and text at USANAPC to 81010. Did you receive a text back, Rosie? Now respond with your full name to finish the process. Did it work? Okay, Rosie, I want to invite you to our next upcoming product webinar. And if I don't know the date right this very second, but if there was one coming up, I would invite her to the next webinar for the products. Also, Rosie, you're invited to our next local mixer this Wednesday at Marbella's place. We're going to be doing a skincare event. This is the best way you can try the skincare products. And then lastly, Rosie, we're having a big USANA destination event in Las Vegas in April, and you are invited to attend. And you can invite your clients to the big events, and maybe they'll go with you just to have fun, just because they love you. I mean, I have a lot of clients that love to go to these big events. So you just invite them. You never know, and then they might become associates after that. Step 5, Rosie, remember the Dr. Ray Strand website I showed you? So you could say it that way, or if you've never showed them the website, you say, Rosie, there's one more thing. This website is a great resource. I'm going to show you this website right now. Username enjoy, password USANA, click login, click continue, click specific recommendations. She's going to see a list of a bunch of health conditions. USANA is not a cure, Rosie, but is there anyone that you would like to share this info with? Okay, and then get referrals. So that's step 5, and then step 6. Last thing, Rosie, please complete the favorite things form. I have a few questions I'm going to ask you from the favorite things form. Ask them the questions while filling out the form on the back of this document. I like to ask them the questions if I'm over the phone, because obviously they're going to tell me the things that they like, so I can get them a gift. But if I'm face-to-face, I'll usually say I'll give it to them and I'll have them fill it out, because you want to know what their favorite things are so you can buy them the perfect gift when they make their third order. Lastly, Rosie, thanks for letting me know your favorite things. I will be getting you a thank you gift after you complete your second auto order. I love to spoil my best clients. The challenge, follow through and do what you say. Get them a small gift after they do the second auto order. Very important that you keep your word. If you say you're going to do it, make sure you do it. Favorite things form is right here. It's on the back side of the account overview checklist. Get their favorite things, learn their birthday, learn their spouse's names, learn their kids' names, learn their hobbies, learn the things they collect. Give your client this type of attention and service. It will pay you in spades, and it'll create a relationship and a bond that will be very special, way beyond even the money that you could make with this, just by building great relationships with great people. So to finish our training, again, please save these links. You're going to need them. Client tracking sheet, there it is, cts.teamdsi.info, and account overview checklist, aoc.teamdsi.info. You do these two things with your clients, you are going to have amazing retention, amazing referrals, and you'll be able to make a big difference in people's lives, which will also increase your paycheck and give you a big, solid residual business. Thank you for watching. Oh, one last thing. You may need to hit refresh if you have problems accessing the documents. If you've gone to these links before and we changed them, for some reason you need to hit refresh. So if they don't open, just hit refresh. All right, so that's the training for today. Happy clients are the key. They are the best advertising money cannot buy. I want to thank you for being on the webinar, and I look forward to hearing about your results and all the happy clients that you're building. Okay, to finish the webinar for tonight, the Network Marketing Pro City Tour is going to be here, actually all over the country. That's the GoPro event, and this is the schedule. You see the Salt Lake City event. We have a lot of team in Salt Lake City, February 20th of this upcoming year. But it's all over: Phoenix, Arizona, Vegas, New York City, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas, Wichita, Kansas. So if you're in any of these cities, please make this a priority. This is going to be a great event. Again, you cannot invest enough in your training and education. It's very important. Stay in the loop. If you want to get the texts from our team, text at SA Events for 810 to 81010 for San Antonio events. Text it SLCEV to 81010 for Salt Lake City events. Do you need Dr. Ladd McNamara CDs? Visit drladdmcnamara.com. You can get the CDs. If you're in the San Antonio area, you can buy a 10-pack from me for $25 or a 20-pack for $50. If you're in Utah, you can get some from my parents, Randy and Viola Krebs, or if you're in another area, you can just order them and they'll come right to your house. You can get however many you need. But this CD is powerful. It's very important that your clients are hearing it because it's got so many stories of Dr. Ladd McNamara and how he has helped tens of thousands of patients with the USANA products. All right, so the big event at the beginning of the year, ladies, you want to start your year off right. January 15th and 16th in Phoenix, Arizona. Save the dates. This is the Sweet Retreat, Successful Women Empowering Entrepreneurs Together. This is the best event you can go to start your new year off right. You're going to be hearing from top doctors, $1 Million Club members in USANA, being with your sisters, sisterhood, service, skill development. These are some pictures of last year's Sweet Retreat. My mother is in the middle. And then you also with Phyllis Walker and Lisa Hughes and Sherry Bender. And we just have wonderful team members that have been going to this event for several years. This is my mom pictured with Karen Wolf, Dr. Karen Wolf, who's also the Dr. Wentz Vision Award winner from last year, and she's helped tens of thousands of clients as well. This is Dr. Christine Wood. She wrote a book, How to Get Your Kids to Eat Great and Love It. Wouldn't you like to hear from someone like that? So you're learning from these great, great people. You're starting the year off right. If I was a woman, I would be there. I'm jealous, actually, because I love to do the facial. Not kidding. I love it, and I'm excited for our skincare party. Of course, you get to do that at the Sweet Retreat, which is awesome for you ladies. And there's even lots of cool things they do, some spiritual stuff they do, I think, on one of the nights. There's the pricing. It's only $85 a ticket. Are you kidding me? You spend more for your plane ticket. We looked because my wife is going and my mother-in-law is going to this as well. And the flights to Arizona was like so cheap. I couldn't believe it. It was like $230 for a Crystal's ticket. Um, so really, this is, I mean, a shoestring budget type of price, but you're getting a huge value. I mean, normally an event like this probably be, you know, $1,000, $1,500, and this is a great way to do it. Now, I think the Hyatt is full, but you can get a hotel next door and still attend and be fine. Who's going so far? We got a great list of ladies that are attending this event. My mom, Viola Krebs, my wife, Crystal Krebs, my mother-in-law, Nora Lopez, and Phyllis Walker, Andrea Hall, Sherry Bender, Nisha Parker, Cece Bowman, Anissa Morgan, and Victoria Horman. Awesome ladies. And if you're not on this list and you want to be, let us know. Especially contact my mom. Her number's there, 801-550-2257, or my wife, Crystal, 813-758-1092. But wait, there's more. There is a bonus day to the Sweet Retreat with Grace Keohoho, who is the co-founder of the Direct Sales World Alliance. Now, this person, Grace, has transformed our business by introducing the weekly action plan. Some of the reasons why we're having such great success on our team is because of Grace coaching me, and then me applying the weekly action plan to the team, and then you guys just taking it and running with it. So you get a chance to learn from Grace directly. And I just can't tell you how much of an opportunity this is. You're already going to be in Arizona. May as well stay another day. It's $100 for this workshop. It's an all-day workshop. I think it's like 9 to 5 on Sunday, January 17th. So super important if you're going to go to plan for that, because that's a rare opportunity to do direct work with Grace Keohoho from Hawaii. Okay, so that's the Sweet Retreat, and that's a big one. Now, the Success on the Beach is a year out, okay? It's actually a year from today. Ooh, that's kind of eerie, but yes, it's exactly 1 year from today. We're going to be in Costa Rica. So we're going. Team DSI is going. We want you to be with us in Costa Rica. Now, the way you get to Costa Rica, you can actually win this. First of all, I just want you to know that it's at the Westin Golf Resort and Spa, and it's all inclusive, okay? Like your food, your lodging, you're just hanging out with the USANA family, having a blast in the Costa Rican jungle, okay? Now you can win this. All you have to do is basically make $5,000 by July, and you would get $500 off your hotel. And if you go past that, you can get your hotel and food completely paid for by growing more than that. And if you grow even more than that, you could get your plane ticket paid for and be upgraded into the suites. And I mean, it can go crazy. It all depends on how much you grow. So the first thing you got to do is opt in. When you opt in, then when you go to the page, you log in at your USANA page, you click opt in. And then once you opt in, you can read the rules and you can see the stats and figure out how you can join us in Costa Rica. If you're wanting to do that, let me know, by the way, because we can help you track that. And a lot of us are going to Costa Rica. So we're excited to see you there and have an amazing time on the beach. Here's the event in Las Vegas that I was talking about. Now, this is the Las Vegas National event. Okay, now there's a lot of information on this page, but if you're watching, just write down Friday, April 15th and Saturday, April 16th. And basically, this is a 2-day event. There is a training prior to that for gold directors and above. But the majority of people are going to be going to those 2 days. And basically, write this down. It's $90 for your ticket, and then $45 for the dinner. So it's about $135 total for your total pass for this. Now, this national event is the entire USANA family from the United States market. So it is a blast. I love the national event. I cannot wait to be there with all of you. And also, you'll be recognized for your accomplishments. So they look at things that you did in 2015 to recognize you for 2016. And this is one of our very best events of the year. And then we're talking about events. Mark your calendars for August 24th through the 27th, International Convention. This is the most important event of the entire USANA year because it's the international event. So USANA is in 22 different countries. Did you notice we just opened it in Indonesia? USANA is a very big, successful company, and you want to talk about seeing something that'll change your life. International Convention will. Dr. Oz himself has spoken at our last 4 international conventions. Tony Robbins has visited our international conventions. They bring world-class speakers and trainers. You're with the top doctors in wellness. You're with the top earners in business. So it's the best event you can do and attend. So mark your calendars. Remember, your calendar is your boss, and you want to set your calendar up throughout the year right now. And that's why we're telling you about these events. Look at our team. We already have so many that have purchased this ticket 1 year in advance for convention. I'm very proud of everybody's name that's on this list. And lastly, if we're planning out your year in 2016, December 1st through the 4th, 2016 is the GoPro Recruiting Mastery event with Mr. Eric Worre himself, and Tony Robbins is going to be there. Sir Richard Branson is going to be there. And I can tell you guys that this event is the best third-party event you can attend, meaning this is not a USANA event, but they only allow people who have made 6 figures per month to speak on the stage. So if you want to really learn how people are doing amazing things in this industry and in USANA, this is the event to be at. And we have people purchase their ticket a year in advance for this as well. So if you want to be among those people, contact me and we'll make sure you're taken care of. Lastly, I want to encourage you to be prepared. This is a picture of the bins in the trunk of my car. I keep this in my car at all times. I have Dr. Ladd CDs, GoPro books, USANA newspapers. I want to encourage you to be prepared at all times. It's very important. And lastly, our team DMO. Again, to remind you, use your products every day. If you do that, you'll be successful. 15 minutes of personal development material while you're driving around. Listen to some audios on building your business. You will learn new things every day and get better every day. And then add 2 brand new people to your contact list and invite them with a text or call. Okay, so that is the DMO. That's so simple to do. Anybody can do those 3 little things. And that completes our webinar for tonight. I want to thank you all for being on the webinar. We're going to open it up for questions. We have a lot of people that are on the webinar. So I know some of it's the 9 o'clock hour. If you need to leave, we totally understand. Does anyone have a question? Does anyone want to raise their hand and ask a question? Or what did they like about the webinar? Any volunteers? All right, so while the volunteers are figuring themselves out, actually, I just see some people that I would like to welcome to the webinar for the very first time. I just unmuted you, Haley Gordon. I'm not sure if you're able to talk or if you're with your 2 lovely twin boys. But if you are, I just want to say hello and welcome for your first time to the webinar.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and welcome to the USANA family. We're excited for you to get your Haley pack.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's go to a few people we haven't talked to yet. How about Melita Sheets in Portland, Oregon? What was the highlight for you tonight, Melita?
Oh, yeah, the refresher. I like the refresher, you know, the repeating of the client, what do you call this, a CTS?
Yes.
Yeah, because, man, it's really something, you know, you really need to learn a lot of things about this business. It's not like just when you talk, you know, you invite people that, you know, when you start, it's just like, it's really a professional way, yeah, doing the business, not like the yo-yo type of business. But I really noticed, and you know, by attending just the webinar, you know, you learn so many things, and you don't realize that you really have a lot to learn, and then you really needed a lot of time, you know, and you know, time to learn everything.
Absolutely.
Truly, I mean, when I was just thinking about what you're doing right now and how good you are at what you're doing, and way to convince people of how easy it could be done, you know, by way of your experience and talking and then presentation and all this training Monday night and webinar. It's truly amazes me how much really that I would have to put myself into work, in order to be able to absorb everything in this, which I wish I had a lot more time, but hopefully someday it will come.
Yes, it will. And Melita, I just want you to know I've been taking baby steps for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's hard, and I feel sort of frustrated sometimes when I cannot do anything about it. It seems like the pressure of time and my work, it's kind of take a toll on my part, and so and seriously thinking about what I'm doing right now is sometimes makes me feel frustrated that I can't do more or more than what I wanted to put more time on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just continue to use the product, and keep attending webinar training at night, so it will, absorb, and hopefully, when the time really comes to be more serious about it, I would be a lot more prepared.
Absolutely. Well, Melita, I just want you to know I'm very proud of all that you've already accomplished with your business. You have helped several clients already start. And I want you to also know that I also have my moments where I'm frustrated and down. And over the last 10 years, I've just managed to get over it by just plugging away, getting back into personal development, reading more books, listening to more audios. Like, it's work, but taking those baby steps one day at a time, year after year after year, it starts to add up. Before you know it, you come a long way. So I
I
just
know.
want to recognize that you've already done a great job at starting, and to keep up the good work, keep up those baby steps, because you will get somewhere.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Catherine Lord in Kelso, Washington. Are you there, Catherine?
Yes, I am here. How are you, Jared?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great as well, actually.
Awesome. What was the highlights for you on the webinar?
Well, I really liked the refresher of the Danny Johnson Dynasty. That was awesome. Reminded me of
Yes.
when I was there. Yes, and I agree. Like those conferences that are, they just boost your energy to say, yes, I can do it, and it's pretty awesome when you do those. So I liked that, and I also liked the USANA PC at 81010 because I forgot to tell Angie that, so I actually texted her while we were doing it and told her to put it in.
Oh, good.
And another thing is Dr. Ray Strand. I've been actually trying to find things on there, so I'm so glad you put that up there again. Because I've been looking, I have so many people that I've been talking to, and it's like, how can I find that information? So anyway, that's perfect.
Oh, good. So you like that it's included in the account overview checklist?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
While we're on here, the person that I did the facial with the other night, no, she didn't buy anything, but she was just texting me, asking me about vitamins for her son. So maybe she'll get some vitamins for her son.
Wow, there you go. Yeah, giving them that attention, it helps them upgrade.
Yeah. So anyway, that was
so true.
I was surprised that she just texted me. She said, "I'm sorry I didn't get back to you." So anyway, yeah, a lot of things tonight. So thank you.
You're very welcome, Catherine. Thank you for your great feedback.
Okay, keep up the good work.
All right, will do.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. All right, let's go to Khalid and Barbara Medina in San Antonio. What was the highlight for you on the webinar? You have to unmute yourself. There we go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just did it. I think just for me, it's really good. Like I like the, repetition of learning. So just going over the system is just a reminder for me that don't skip a step.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I guess because I'm like my personality, I just want to like do it fast. So I think I tend to want to skip some steps, and it was a good reminder for me. Don't skip the steps. Just go all the way through.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Go ahead,
I
Barbara.
want to say the same thing for me too. Like just repetition and just to keep going and keep your mind fresh about it, because I need a lot of remembering, I can't remember that well, so like I need a lot of like repetition. So yeah, the same thing.
Absolutely. Repetition is the mother of skill.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And Khalid, can you share what happened when you gave your client, Veronica Rios, all this attention and you used these strategies this past week?
She really loved it. She enjoyed it, and then I was able to really like build some good rapport with her, and started talking to me about her daughter, and I started, just getting to know her more and getting a feel more of her personality, and I even found like some needs of her. So for the future, as she's gonna love the product and she's gonna keep ordering, I there's a way for me to kind of introduce a business side to her, because I found the need that she has. So
And without the client tracking sheet, do you think you would have given her that same attention?
no way, no way. Because in the future I never did, so I know that I wouldn't.
Right. Well,
I mean, in the past I never did.
I'm excited to hear about the next 10 to 20 clients you do that with. It's going to create a huge wave. That's what's going to get you to gold. Awesome.
For sure.
Thank you, Khalid. Thank you, Barbara.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, I want to give the final word to my wonderful, awesome parents, Randy and Viola Krebs, executive gold directors in Salt Lake City, Utah, that I brag about all the time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Jared. We brag about you too. I think the whole webinar was just extraordinary. I really, really liked Amy's story, and her mom, what USANA has done for her and her daughter, and just her whole story, so inspiring, how she's a teacher and she's making it happen. So it's kudos to Amy. Also, Khalid and Barbara, I loved hearing their take on Dynasty and how it's really helped them, and how their journey is just being transformed. And I really liked, Jared, that you said something that really caught my attention. Distract your clients from their distractions, because that's exactly what we do. I just realized that we even have to distract our associates on our team from their distractions. It's kind of just a cute way to look at it, but we're distracting them from their distractions. But anyway, I thought the whole training was excellent. Thank you again, Jared.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, and I also enjoyed Khalid and Barbara's Dynasty testimony. That kind of gives you a drawback to the 3 dynasties that we've attended a couple of years back, and the value and power of Danny Johnson. And that was just great to hear. Great to hear their part, and also you going over the sheets again. Not only the power of the client sheets, that adds to what we do each week with our weekly action plan, which should be part of it as well. So it all is integral in the success that we're having with our business.
Awesome. Thank you, Dad. I really appreciate that. It totally is. I mean, we are using these things week in, week out, and we're seeing results with them. And you guys have been doing it now for a while, so it's great to see that happening for you, and creating that awareness in your business. And executive gold wasn't an accident, for sure. So
and again, a team effort, and even though all these sheets may seem like they take a lot of time, the more that you do it, the repetition, the quicker that they get done, and definitely help keep us on task.
Oh yeah. Well, they get done faster, but also you're giving a level of service that's pretty unparalleled in our industry. Most people in direct sales, it's churn and burn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a I don't know. It's a slower way, but it builds a solid base and makes you go faster later. So I love it. But thank you for your comments. I really appreciate it. And Haley is still on the webinar. I know you're listening, Haley. An executive gold director is somebody who's made over $1,000 a week for 13 weeks in a row. So that's my parents. They're very successful. I haven't actually told you their story personally, but yeah, my mom had plantar fasciitis. Haley just unmuted herself, actually. Are you there, Haley?
I'm here.
Haley, I want to introduce you to my mom, Viola Krebs. Are you there, Mom?
I am still here, yes.
Would you mind sharing your story for Haley? She just became an associate tonight. She was introduced by Shay Huggins to USANA, and Haley's become my friend. We've gotten to know each other the last 3 weeks, and she tried the reset, and she's just an awesome person.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome, Haley, to our family, and you've just embarked on an extraordinary, really a journey that's going to be transitional if you want it to be. It has been for us. We've been with USANA for 10 years, and prior to USANA, I was experiencing some health challenges. Like Jared mentioned, I had plantar fasciitis, which was a painful condition that runners get, and for my situation, it was because of my job. I was a radiology tech, so I was on my feet all the time, and basically my health kind of fell apart within a 7-year period, and finding USANA was the best thing for me because I was lacking nutritionally, and once I started taking care of myself and getting on the nutrition, I noticed huge improvements. So I embraced the business about, early on into my USANA career, and within that first year, the income from USANA gave me options, and I was able to walk away from my radiology career, which was awesome. I loved that. And then I just took off from there and have been with the company ever since. But it's just amazing to me how 10 years later I still love this company and the products and what it represents and our whole journey and growth. I don't really even know if I would have grown like I have if I wouldn't have been with USANA. So I'm happy for you and for everybody that's made the decision to embark on this journey with all of us, and we're all in this together. So that's what makes it even sweeter, is that we get to meet the most amazing people on the planet. So anyway, that's it.
Awesome.
Well, did you have any questions or anything that you liked about the webinar? Now that we're kind of after hours on the webinar, we're just chilling right now, Haley.
Oh, is it usually just an hour webinar?
Yeah, it's usually an hour. We try and cut it after an hour no matter what, and then we'll do after hours. We'll chill with whoever stays and chat with them.
Yeah. No, I thought the little planning sheets, that's brilliant. That's a really good way to retain your customers, and I like that. And yeah, it takes a little more time, but it pays you in the long run.
Oh yeah.
And you really get to know your customer. It's not just a one-time, hey, buy this from me. It's a long term.
You got it.
Yeah, I really like that.
Could you tell I did a lot of that stuff with you?
Yes, you're like a robot. Yeah.
Well, I have to brag on Haley. Haley sent me a thank you card back. How often does that happen? Well, it hasn't happened to me, so Haley's already #1 in my book. And
way to go, Haley.
Haley also has some direct sales experience, isn't that right, Haley?
That's correct.
What have you who have you worked with in the past?
I was a pink Cadillac driver with Mary Kay.
Wow.
Yep. Before my friend Shay had the online party, and I said, shoot, I'll help you out. I'll come over and, buy some stuff. And when, kind of a long story short, I was real big into Mary Kay and I still love the product, and I still sell the product. I just had to step down from my directorship with the company because I got pregnant with my twin boys and I was on bed rest, so I couldn't do anything. but just get up and shower and cook myself food, and I just had to, you know, basically do nothing the whole time. And I had to get my Cadillac back, and so that was a little heartbreaking.
Oh,
Yeah. So, you know, I've done that. Um, I love the interaction with the customers and building and relationships, and but to lose weight after I had my twins, my friend introduced me to Advocare.
uh-huh.
And so I had done Advocare for a while, and so I didn't really think much about, you know, I'd never heard of USANA, but I had heard a whole lot and been involved in Advocare quite a bit. So it was kind of interesting to learn the different side of the USANA products. And it's just, I've just learned, what is last week, I guess, or 2 weeks or something. I haven't been very long into the products, but it's just interesting to know that a company that's been around so long, there's so many people that haven't heard of it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
there's still a market, you know.
huge market. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. So.
And I was just going to add to that to tell you that USANA is based in Salt Lake City, and
Oh, okay.
I was born and raised in Salt Lake City, and my parents live in Salt Lake City. And we did not discover USANA until 2005 when I moved to Texas and decided to work with USANA and introduced my parents via telephone. And then they're like, oh, this building is down the road. And my mom had been there before.
Really?
Mom, do you want to tell her that quick story of how you went to USANA not knowing what it was in 2004?
Yeah, it was like I really needed USANA, and it was like it was like a spiritual, almost like a spiritual awakening. Like God put me inside USANA to do
The USANA building,
ultrasound.
the home office.
The home office, yeah, to do ultrasound studies of the carotid arteries on the employees of USANA because they were having a health fair. So it actually put me in the building, and I kind of like looked at all the pictures on the walls and the manufacturing facility, and I was really curious what USANA was, but I didn't know what it was. And as I was scanning the patients or the employees, I was asking them questions like, well, what do you do for the company? What is USANA? And I was really quite confused, but I just knew that it felt really good there. And so it was almost like, okay, this is what you need, Viola, but like I was not seeing it. And so I came home that evening and told Randy, I said, you know what, I don't know what USANA is, but I want. And so
broke up there. You broke up there.
Oh, I said, I don't know what USANA is, but I want to work there. And I obviously didn't have any entrepreneurship bone in my body because it was like job mentality. I wanted to just work there. And so Randy, my husband, Jared's dad, brought it up on the computer, and he said, oh, I see what it is. It's network marketing. And I said, oh, no way. No way. So I, like, for 2 more years, I suffered because I would not I would ask Jared, always interested in network marketing, but he would always tell me, you know what, Mom, whatever you do, get a good sponsor. I don't know anything about USANA, just get a good sponsor. But I didn't even know what that was myself because I didn't know what network marketing was either. And so the day that Jared called me, after he learned about USANA, he was in Texas, he called me and said, Mom, let's look this up on USANA online. And that was when we both enrolled that same day. But it took that whole process for me to actually do something. And then Jared ended up being my sponsor because I drug my feet so long and didn't. So, you know, USANA is in Salt Lake City, but with us, we've lived here forever and we didn't know what it was. And we drive by the building all the time. And, you know, USANA, I thought it was an acronym for something, and it was just really weird that there's so many people even in Salt Lake that don't know what USANA is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, the company did 731 million in sales last year. It's featured on the Dr. Oz show every month. Dr. Oz loves USANA. Athletes like Serena Williams takes the products, Manny Pacquiao, the entire, like Mexico soccer team, over 700 elite athletes. So it's out there, but yeah, it's just kind of wild.
Mind blown.
Yep. And we have a car program type of bonus, Haley, just so you know, but it's called leadership bonus. And it's basically when you get to a full-time status, it's like a $200 per week bonus. And the whole concept is that if you're getting that bonus, it would pay for like an $800 a month car payment, kind of similar to a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
But if someone doesn't want a nice car like that, they could just have $800 extra a month to, do whatever they want with. So it's not like a required thing you have to get a certain car, but the money's there if the nice car thing was, something someone wants. But that's for another day for me to explain all that.
Yeah, we have a lot of things to talk about before that.
Right. But just so you know, it's there. And that Dr. Ray Strand website's the same website I showed my mom 10 years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I have some more little presents I'm going to be sending you, Haley. So you're an associate now, so you get more presents.
Oh, yay. I like that.
Yes, for sure. So, all right, guys. Well, we've gone after hours long enough. And it was nice to chat with you, Haley, off the record a little bit and have you meet some of the team tonight, especially my parents.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So we always end with our people who stayed on, and everybody says good night and God bless. So you're all unmuted. Go ahead and say good night and God bless.
Good
Good night.
Good night and God bless.